Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll start off with the JAMA code, the capital bold letters, the JAMA code. It is a fantastic tool. Today I'm going to be introducing it to you, telling you how to again start reading the JAMA code chart only. No analysis, please don't jump to any analysis just now. Okay, and if time permitting, I will give you back 5 or 6 examples in the recent past, because as you know, my memory doesn't go beyond 3 days. So whatever has happened in the last 2 or 3 days cases, I will share with you if time permitting. So okay, let's start this. Okay. Can you see this chart? I've sent it to you all on the group also, so you'll get it there. But you need to understand. Now the thing is, JAMA code is a Horary system. Horary is Prashna system. Okay. It has nothing to do with your D1 chart. D1 chart is a Rashi chart, your horoscope. Okay. Whenever I say D1, please understand D1 is the main Rashi chart, your Kundali. उसका कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं. This is made on the spur of the moment, and this basically the planets are aligning in such a way that it is giving the answer. Now, frankly speaking, that is too, it's a little audacious, audacity of my saying that, because we are not doing anything. The planets are already there. They are making us do everything. So, wo ek dhyan mein rakho. So, let that ego not go to the head ki, oh, I have solved the case. The case was already there. The solution was already there. It is just that you are learning how to read this new language and you have understood it. Simple. Okay. Now, the thing is, when should this prashna be cast? Let us say a person comes to you and asks you, मेरी बेटी की शादी होगी कि नहीं होगी, या मेरे को ये जॉब मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. Suppose he has come at 10 in the morning, okay, but you don't have time and you get time at 4 in the afternoon. So what is the time of the prashna? When you sit down is the time when the prashna will be cast. The place where you are will be the place where the prashna is cast. So if a person from, let's say, USA calls you up and asks you, will I get this job or not? At 10 in the morning, India time, and it's not 10 in the night, let us say, midnight, whatever, 10 at night PM or that. Uska kuch lena dena nahi. You are in Bombay, you are sitting to do you're casting the chart at 4 PM. So 4 PM is where your Prashna Kundali starts. Samjha? This is one main ambiguity which everybody has. This is sorted out. Now, coming to the main thing. Jamakol is actually a play between these characters. Okay, it's a play between these characters. Now, what is the play? Let us understand. There is a Udayam. There is a Udayam. There is a Arudam. There is a Kavipu. There is a Mandi. There are Jama planets and there are transit planets. Okay, we'll go very slow. So there is a Udayam. Udayam is something like our Lagna or ascendant. Okay, it is the seed. So I have written over here ascendant or Lagna. The main thing to understand, which is not taught otherwise, is basically this is the subject. क्या subject है? Child birth के बारे में, job के बारे में, matrimonial के बारे में, XYZ, whatever. Okay, so that is the subject. इसके आगे मत देखो फिलहाल, इसके आगे मत देखो. Okay. Second one is Arudam. Okay, Arudam is the reason behind the query. What is the reason? Okay. The subject might be father, or it might even be father's health, but the reason might be father is serious in hospital, will he survive or not? That is the reason. Okay. And Kavipu is, in simple words, a damage or a destruction. Most dangerous character. In the books it is written, it is equivalent to 10 Rahus. So if you know the potential of Rahu, then this is 10 Rahus. Okay. So basically, we have got a Udayam, which is the ascendant. We have got a Arudam, which is the reason behind it. And we have got the Kavipu, which is the destroyer. Now this destroyer Kavipu, I look at it like a alligator. Ye important word hai, dhyan mein rakho. Later when we actually start solving, this is what is going to help you. Alligator, snap karte. So far understood? Okay. Then the next character, so this I have put it in one category because these are the ones who keep playing all games. All the games will have these fellows for sure. Okay, so isko maine ek alag kiya. There is one guy called Mandi. Mandi is a dangerous character. Whenever you see Mandi, one minute. Before we even go ahead, let me tell you one thing very clearly. Till you all have got the total hang of it and I tell you to start analyzing it, please do not analyze the charts. Because you will start thinking, Are, so let us say, my son का कुछ ये problem है, मैं देखूं क्या, उधर आया, अरे बाप रे मांडी इधर आ गया, oh my god, threat to life. It is not like that. That is why even on the main group in that thing, 90% of them are going wrong there only. Okay, so please do not analyze it. Just look at it as a chart and learning how to read the chart. Till I tell you start analyzing, please do not analyze. Okay, you will unnecessarily jump to some stupid conclusions and spoil your this thing mood. So Mandi is basically death. What that means is it is not death as in death, but it is a in Lal Kitab we used to say Mrityu Tulla Kashta. Okay. Or when it comes in certain combination, it signifies death. Because through Jama call, you can get answers to any damn thing. Business, travel, health, death, marriage, matrimonial, divorce, remarriage, remarriage with whom, lost object, lost person, ting, 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 ting. So Mandi is used only where health is concerned. But it has to be used very, very carefully. I'm warning you just now only. That's why you do not get into that Mandika thing. Okay. Now the most important players. Now these are the pawns in the chessboard. Jama planets and transit planets. Transit planets, so we all know, it is the same damn thing what we do in the Gochar. It is the same thing. The Jama planets are the same 9 planets, but Rahu Ketu are combined together to make one object called as the snake. So Rahu plus Ketu is equal to snake. Okay, we'll see that in the example below. So if we just count how many characters we've got 9 transit planets, we've got 8 Jama planets, we've got, let's not take Mandi just now, we've got 1 Kavipu, we've got 1 Mandi, 1 Arudam and 1 Udayam. So if we see this 8 and 10 and 20, 21 characters, barabar? 21 characters, okay na? 8 and 2, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 20 and 1, 21, barabar? 21 characters. So you have to play with 21 characters plus, let's be a little conservative, 50 Karak Tattvas of 9 planets, that is 9 5s are 45. You have to play with so many characters.
Manish, why are Udayam 2?
Why did I write 2? Sorry, huh? You're right. Why did I write 2? मेरे को भी ध्यान नहीं.
Then it will be 20.
20. चलो एक कम हो गया, बच गए. Such a relief, no? One character. So we have got 20.
Manish. हे जामा प्लॅनेट्स 8 कारण राहू केतू कंबाईन केलेत बरोबर ना. पण ट्रान्झिट प्लॅनेट्स 9च राहतात का?
Transit are the normal Gochar planets, Jupiter, Sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Rahu Ketu, 9.
Yeah.
And here the Rahu Ketu are put together and made into a snake. So you've got 8.
Yes.
So you have got 9 transit, 8 Jama, 1 Kavipu, 1 Arudam and 1 Udayam. So 20 characters. So we are going to be playing with 20 characters plus Karak Tattvas. So this कारक तत्व चलो ठीक है बाजू में रख दो, let's not break our head on that, but 20 characters. Now are all the 20 characters going to come into play? No. Let me give you a little breath of relief. नहीं तो you will think 20 मुझे क्या क्या देखो और क्या नहीं. The secret of it, which unfortunately was never shared but which we realized later on, was that only the Karak planet, Karak Bhav and Karak Bhav ka Lord, these are the ones which make the difference. In the sense, if I were to tell you in very simple words, if there are 20 planets represent 20 things, no? Moon is mother, sun is father, Jupiter is grandfather, Venus is wife, Mercury is daughter, so on, Jupiter is son also. Okay, Saturn will be career or chacha or this thing also. So everything cannot come into play. No? Though what I am experimenting on is I am actually connecting everything and weaving the full story. But the purpose of that guy is मेरी बेटी की शादी होने वाली की नहीं, उसके चाचा को के टांग को लगा वो देखने को कुछ लेना देना नहीं उसको. Okay, so basically these are the characters whom we are going to be playing across. So far so good. Have you understood this component?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now how these are laid out in this chart, how these guys are all laid out in this chart is a calculation by itself, which I am not going to teach just now, because that itself will take minimum 2 turns, and frankly speaking, if you have the app, it's a waste of time. Because even after practice, I timed myself, it took me anything between 7 to 10 minutes to prepare this chart on manually. While this with the app, in the next second only, you press it and the next second it is there. So let's not waste our time on donkey work. Little later, when we are very comfortable with JAMA call and all that, I will teach you the method. But if you understand this table which I have put here now, the next thing which I'm going to teach you now, that is the essence of that calculation. ये भी समझ में आया तो बस हो गया. Okay? Is it going too much for you? Heavy or it's okay?
Nice. Okay.
Okay. चलो. तो यहाँ तक we understood what the thing was. I'll just read it over here. Udayam is the subject. Arutam is the query. Kavipu is the alligator. ऐसा पकड़ लो. Okay, alligator. Mandi is for serious things only. Jama planets are outside, बाहर से घूम रहे. Transit planet अंदर से घूम रहे. When you see the chart, you'll understand. Itna, this is something you have to get in your head. Okay. Now let's go to the next step. Udayam always moves clockwise. Okay. Arudam always moves clockwise, and both inside. When we see the chart, you'll understand. Udayam works clockwise, moves clockwise, and inside circle. Arudam also moves clockwise, inside say, and they move at a certain rate. I will explain this rate to you in just a minute. But before that, let's make it simple. The Kavipu, the alligator, goes ulta. Ye dhyan mein rakho. This is a very important. Most of the guys in the group are making a mistake there. It's like saying, just if you can see my face, you'll understand. Let us say a prey is coming this way. Will the crocodile move this way or will the crocodile move this way? It is common sense that it will move this way. ये ऐसे ध्यान में रखो. So you'll remember that the Kavipu goes ulta. The prey is coming this way. If the crocodile goes this way, he's an idiot. He has to catch the prey, so he has to move ulta. And when they catch, that is the Kavipu ka damage or the Kavipu ka destroy, which I will teach you later. Yes, so basically, always the good ones, these two good guys, let us say, are going in the clockwise, good way. ये उल्टा है, उल्टी खोपड़ी, तो ये उल्टा आ रहा है, बराबर ना? जो मारता है वो उल्टी खोपड़ी वाले रहते हैं, so वो उल्टा जाएगा, ऐसे ध्यान में रखो. Okay. Now this Mandika thing, there is a calculation based on Vidhi, which is the sun and stuff. Just forget about it. Don't get into the calculation part. You just abhi bhul jao. Now Jama planets and transit planets. I told you Jama are outside, transit are inside. How I remembered it, I tell you. I'm sorry, I'm taking certain religions, but there is nothing about religion. I don't know, for some reason मेरे को लगा जामा यानी जामा मस्जिद यानी मुस्लिम्स वो बाहर से वो काबा का घूमते हैं, and transit में गोचर में गोवा में something close to me, and आपण आतमध्ये प्रदक्षिणा गेलो. That's the circumambulation what we do. So that is how I remember. Nothing to do with any religion or anything, but you have to 20 things you have to get into your head, no? So you have to have some formula to keep them in mind. So I said, so Jama planet बाहर से घूम रहे, Okay, and वो उल्टे घूम रहे हैं. However you want to take it, I don't want to specify what, but they are going ulta, Jama. I don't know whether Muslims go in the anti-clockwise and we go in the clockwise. ऐसा कुछ है क्या? ऐसा भी रहेगा शायद. I don't know. Maybe it is again falling into place here. So
Yes, it
Jama
is.
planet, Jama Masjid, okay, anti-clockwise. बाहर से घूमते हैं वो काबा के बाहर से घूमते हैं. And Gochar Goa अपना inside अंदर के प्रदक्षिणा and clockwise. बराबर ऐसे ध्यान में रखो. This is very important because if you don't catch the directions, वो कभी will catch somebody else and दूसरा कुछ हो जाएगा. Okay. Now a very quick thing which you don't need to buy heart, but you need to know, and I'll tell you why. After I tell you this, I'll tell you why you need to know. The speed at which these guys move. Okay. So the Udayam. Okay. If I show you this chart, how many Rashis are there? 12 Rashis. Correct? Now this entire Jamapal is divided to 12 hours day, 12 hours night. Simple. Whatever it is, whatever time. 6 o'clock shuru karo, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is day, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is night. So this, what is it called? Udayam has to move 1, 2, 3, 4, kitna houses? 12 houses in 12 hours. So एक house में कितना time रहेगा? 1 घंटा. Bro. So here I've written 60 minutes. Why? 360 degrees or 12 rashis. Bro. Each is of 30 degrees. So the movement of the Udayam, if the Udayam is, let us say, here, and he is going in the clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, correct? Good person. So clockwise. So he will go to here, to this place. Let us say this was at, let us say, I'm just saying for discussion, say 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Whatever it is, anytime. Let's not confuse it. Let's say 10 a.m. Okay, just for discussion. Don't touch me on the bell. This is wrong, but let it be. Here it will be 11 p.m., 12 noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Barabar? Samjha? That is how it will move. That is why the degree is very important. Okay. Now coming to Arudam. Okay. So Arudam moves at every 5 minutes clockwise. So let us say अभी discussion के लिए first राशि से start करते हैं, so it will get in your head. First राशि में अगर उदयम बैठा है तो second राशि में कभी जाएगा 1 घंटे बाद. First राशि में आरूढ़म बैठा है तो second राशि में 5th minute पे जाएगा 5 मिनट. So 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes ऐसे करके it will go. Understood? So 12 houses, 5 12s are 60. In 1 hour it will cover the entire 12 rashis. 5 minutes in a rashi, 12 house, 5 12s are 60. 60 minutes is 1 hour. Okay. Similarly, this Kavipu also moves at that thing. But can you tell me what is the difference between the movement of Kavipu and Arudam? Correct. Anti-clockwise and clockwise. Correct. Arudam, good guy. Clockwise. Kavipu, bad guy. Anti-clockwise. 5 minutes pe ja rahe. They are moving very fast. Okay. Now, why you need to know this on an immediate basis? If you remember, most of you are not coming. I think Sujata was over there. I checked what time the Kavipu was catching the Udayam, and I said, let us start the class even if the people are less, because it is supposed to be a bad this thing to start when the Kavipu is catching the Udayam. Udayam is a subject. Subject is what the class. Kavipu catching the class when it is damaging. So kuch na kuch ho jata hai. And I have seen it actually happening in the classes also. Suddenly electricity goes off, suddenly the voice goes off, something happens there. So always, whenever, once you understand this, the least that you can do, or the minimum, sorry, not least, the maximum that you can do till I give you the permission to do the analysis, is that just see whether a muhurta is good or bad and go ahead. And at this point, sorry.
Please repeat.
Till the point when I tell you or allow you to do analysis, the only thing that you can see over here is whether the muhurta is good or not. Once I show you the chart, you will understand. कि suppose अभी आपको let us say घर के बाहर निकलने का for some work, important work, not to get सब्जी or something, but कुछ काम करने को जाने का. So if you see that the Kavipu is on Udayam, so Udayam is the seed and Kavipu is the crocodile. Barabar? So basically, if the crocodile is catching the Udayam, that means Udayam is your effort to go out and do some work. And this fellow is catching, so wo usko kharab kar dega. Okay. Now, at this point, I will tell you one thing. This is the Udayam, and the Kavipu is on top of it. only, तो अभी वो खा रहा है, तो अभी मत करो. अभी यहाँ से देखो, just see this. If this is first राशि में उदयम, second राशि में कविपु है, तो ये यहाँ से यहाँ कितने टाइम में आएगा? 5 मिनट में. वो तीसरे राशि में वो ठक ठक कितने टाइम में आएगा? बराबर, यहाँ से यहाँ 5 मिनट. Yeah, you can see this is 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes. So 1, 2, 3. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So first राशि, second राशि में अगर ये तो 5 मिनट में आएगा, third में तो इसमें आएगा. So यहाँ तक ठीक है. उसके आगे मत जाओ, तो it will be 1 hour and again it will come to 0.0. So it is said that 15 minutes का अंतर रखो. अगर Kavipu is 15 minutes away, then it is dangerous. If Kavipu is on top of it, only next minute it has gone ahead, so you are free. So then do it. So if Kavipu is on top of Udayam, just wait for 5 minutes. That Kavipu would have gone ahead. Udayam stays there for 1 hour, so he is going to be there. He is not moving. The prey is sitting there only, but this guy is moving. So if this guy is moving ahead, just wait for 5 minutes. If he is here, wait for 10 minutes. If he is here, wait for 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I think there was slight confusion. This is 5, second house is 5, third house is 5. So if it is on it, wait for 5 minutes. If it is in the second house, wait for 10 minutes. If it is in the third house, wait for 15 minutes. उसके आगे जाने का जरूरत नहीं. If it is in the fourth house, then quickly start. At least initiate that. Understood? Okay. Now coming to this one, अपना JAMA planets. Okay. अभी ये जरा थोड़ा सा समझ लो. इतना सब समझा है क्या? Sitra, have you understood what I've said so far? All of you understood? Sujata, Preeti Ben, Arun Pakat. So basically, this calculation को इतना दिमाग में रखने का जरूरत नहीं. But the only thing where I use it for is this. Whether I want to start it or not is this calculation. Now this calculation just एक समझ लो. Because when we come to the Kavipu thing, catching the thing, this is going to help you understand. अभी एक ध्यान में ले लो. There are 12 rashis. Okay. How many JAMA planets are there? 8 JAMA planets are there, and 9 transit planets are there. Okay. So this is 360 degrees. If we divide 9 by 360, and we divide this by 360. This will become complicated for you. Let me make it simpler. Okay. 360 degrees. Okay. If you divide by 12, it gives you what? 3. Now, 360 degrees के बदले ये पकड़ लो. But I don't know how to explain it to you. Explain this to you. See, this entire circle, no? Just try to understand. Okay, I can't think of an easier way to explain. This entire thing is how many houses? 12 houses. Okay. 12 houses, and you have got 8 JAMA planets. Okay. So, maybe this will also not. I'm not hitting it right away. I don't understand. See, basically, कैसे है? This is
12 by 8 will be 1.5, Nare.
that is what I'm trying to do. Have you understood what I'm trying to say? See,
Yeah.
8 planets है ना, तो 12 घंटे में डिवाइड करेंगे ना.
And these are 9.
Yeah.
Okay, these are not 9. Actually, this is 12 because these are 12 houses. Okay, let me put it a different way. Okay, let me make it really easy. These inside जो घूम रहे हैं ना are your 9 transit planets, correct? They can be anywhere. Okay, like for example, they could all be settled here only, and these could be all empty. Okay, so basically for the inside thing, we have given the 12 houses for 12 slots. Okay, so it is like saying 360 degrees divided by 12 slots, which is what 30 degrees. So ये जो expanse है, this is what 30 degrees. Now ये बाहर के जो slots है ना, these JAMA planets outside, they are 360 degrees divided by 8 planets.
That's 45 degrees each.
45 degrees, correct, which is 45 degrees. Or you look at it as 12 houses divided by this is equal to 1.5 hours.
Right.
Slightly complicated, but I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Samjha na? Shipra understood or bouncer guy? Okay. Samjha, Shipra? So basically what we are saying is the inner planets है वो अपने को 360 degrees 12 इसमें भावों में या 12 राशियों में कवर कर रहे हैं. So each is what 30 degrees, which is from here to here it is 30. ये जो बाहर के घूम रहे हैं वो we have got 12 slots. Okay, चल let me put it in a simpler way. Let me put it in a simpler. Try to make it as simple as possible. ये जो है ये 12 divided by 12 है because we have got 12 slots. So this is 1 unit. 1 unit पकड़ लो, forget time और forget degrees. ये जो बाहर के है वो 12 divided by कितने हैं? 8 है अपने पास. 8 options because there is a sequence over here which is a permanent sequence in JAMA call. This sequence which I will be teaching you next now. So we have got 12 slots with 8 people have to occupy equally. ऐसे पकड़ लो, चलो ये पकड़ लो, ये 12 boxes है पकड़ लो, and these are equal right वाले people, 8 people. So each one gets how much? 1.5 boxes. Are you understanding this?
Got it.
Okay, so basically 8 boxes है पकड़ लो. There are 12 such boxes and there are 12 such options. So one person gets 1 box. You can be anywhere. Now there are 12 boxes and there are 8 people who have to be given equal share. So each person gets 1.5 box because 12 divided by 8 is equal to 1.5. Now if you see this graphically over here, this is 1 slot. This is 1 slot in the inner circle of transit, while this one is a 1.5 slot of JAMA. This is a 1.5 slot of JAMA. अभी ये इसका इधर क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि ये इधर दिखाया हुआ है 1.5 slot. ये यहाँ का 1.5 slot. समझ में आ रहा है? So JAMA planets are going to have a space of 1.5 this thing. So if we say this is 1 hour, this is like saying 1.5 hours. Roughly, it is not like that, but I'm just saying itna time. They move in 5 minutes, no? They move in 5 minutes. So basically, kaise hai ki this fellow, which is your JAMA planets, will move at 90 minutes per block. Don't get into that. Don't get into that. I think it will become a little heavy for you. Forget about it. एक ही ध्यान में रखो, which is the most important thing. This you have to understand, even if it takes 5 more minutes, 10 minutes. ये जो है ना, these are your transit planets. They are going to move as per the calculation only. Moon हर 2.25 दिन, Sun every 1 month, Jupiter after 1 year, Saturn after 2.5 years. वो ही रहेगा. तो इसका कुछ अपना लेना देना नहीं. ये जो ट्रेन है, ये कैसे मूव होगी वो ध्यान में रखना है. So if this 1 slot This fellow Saturn will move from here, anti-clockwise जा रहा है ना, यहाँ तक आएगा. Then it will go to this house. Then it will move this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Then it will go to this house. Then it will move this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. समझ में आ रहा है? Prithivan, not understood?
Can you repeat it?
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. Let us make it very simple. चलो. अब ये सिर्फ जामा प्लैनेट्स ही देखो. Because ये जो है ना, these are the inner planets like I told you, and these are your transit planets. उसको अपना कुछ लेना देना नहीं. It is going to be permanent. म्हणजे suppose you cast a chart at 9 o'clock and you start again at 10 o'clock. It will be the same because moon 2.25 दिन तक वो इधर ही रहने वाले. Okay, so forget about these inner guys. I am now only talking about these outside fellows. Before I even tell you that, let me tell you this sequence and you'll understand this. This sequence is permanent in Jama code. What is the sequence? Jupiter follows Mercury, Mercury follows Venus, Venus follows Saturn, Saturn follows Moon, Moon follows Snake, Snake follows Sun, Sun follows Mars. अब ये ध्यान में कैसे रखने का, as usual, if you remember that story, Shipra doesn't know, but that story which I told you earlier, Jupiter was grandfather. Grandfather is running after that Durguni Mulgi, that granddaughter, who's a mischievous character. This mischievous character is very much enamored by the mother who likes the nightlife and the modern thing. If you remember those sketches of mine. Okay, that mother is after the nightlife sort of this thing, correct? Pubbing and all that thing. Okay. ये सब होने के बाद obviously the mood gets spoiled. Moon. Okay. Okay. After that, it leads to crisis. The vomiting, whatever it is. Okay. But after you get up, it's a new beginning, and then your effort starts again. Okay. So if you remember my sketch, you'll understand. Grandfather is running after the young granddaughter, Durguni granddaughter. If you remember my words that time, Durguni, mischievous granddaughter. This is Mercury is this thing in Lal Kitab. Mercury is the young girl. Okay, but she's after her mother, who's a very ambitious lady and who likes a lot of nightlife. But after the nightlife and a lot of drinking, then it spoils the mood. Okay, and then Snake, that is crisis, which is like vomiting or fluid poisoning or something or hangover or whatever you call it. Okay, but then there's always a nayi subha to aati hai. Okay, and your efforts start again. You don't need to memorize this, but since I had done the manual charting, the app I had not used, I had learned by the manual method. So this was very important and it has set in my mind and it is good. It is good. Okay. Now that you know this, you'll realize that ye jo Agadi hai na, these are equally spaced bogies. They're equally spaced, unlike transit planets, which can be close or far, close or far. They can be anywhere. So basically, they are an equidistant train. Okay. So they have to move these 12 rashis, or call it 12 boxes, have to be moved by how many people? 8. So each person will have a space of 1.5 boxes. 12 divided by 8 is 1.5. Whatever. So what that means is, if we just take Saturn, okay, I'm enlarging it. Saturn jo hai, Saturn. This Saturn को अपने कितना जगह दिया उसको खेलने के लिए? We have given him this box to play in. So if he starts here, he's going in the anti-clockwise direction. He will move like this. Let's say 0 degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 degrees. Once he comes here, he jumps into the next box. He goes to the next bogie. It is like saying, let us say the waiter starts at the pantry thing, and he's going to give the lunch to somebody over here. How he will go? So he will travel. Beach mein ko jo kya bolte wo bridge aata hai, he'll jump that, he'll go into this. Then yahan tang yahan aayega. Then he'll jump to the next. Then yahan tang. So this is how it will continue. Okay. So in a day, this entire thing will complete the entire circle. Isse jasti don't break your head on that. This is the Jama bolte hain. Maybe the start. It's another calculation. Let's not get into that just now. Itna samajh mein aaya kya? Okay, what I'll do is for a minute, I'll just stop the share, we'll just discuss and then we'll go back to that. Yahan tak samajh mein aaya? Have you understood this? Okay, so don't get tense about it. Okay, this looks like a lot of data, but believe me, if you just little also work on it, no, this will become like makhan after some time. Believe me, it's really makhan. So let me just sort of summarize all this, and then if you all want, we can discuss further. The three main players in Jama Kol are Udayam, Arudam, and Kaviku. अब ये ध्यान में रखने का, if you want to know, I can tell you so many things. There are two ways in which I have kept it in mind. Okay, you, if let us say you are talking about something whom you are very affectionate about, it can be your child, it can be your dog, it can be your spouse, it can be whatever. So you come first to me. So you comes first. उसके बाद में all come A. Okay, all A. You are first for me. बाद में all come A. So you is first. A all come बाद में. तुम्हारे बाद में सब बाकी के लोग आ गए. और बाकी सब गए खड्डे में K. बाकी दुनिया गई खड्डे में. बरोबर ना? I'm sorry, my language is very strong. These people are used to Chitra.
It is superb to remember.
So मेरे दिमाग में, because it was all South Indian words. Here, so at least I'm talking to you in a normal. The people they talk also, you have to understand what they are saying. यम करके बोलते तो फटकर मालूम नहीं पड़े यम को बुला रहे कि एम को बुला रहे. मेरे को पहले लग रहा था यम तो यम कहाँ आ गया. So यम किधर है? So यम is M. Then they will talk about Mars as Khuja. Mars in South India is called Khuja. अभी for some time मला वाटलं खाजवा म्हणतात. म्हणून क्या खुजा यार किधर खुजा यार what खुजा यहाँ से आया. So I'm wondering उसको कहाँ से खुजली आ रही, like that. And then they will do the entire dialogue in English, but they will insist on using all the Vedic words. Chandrama, okay, then Guru, like that. So it takes some time to seep in, because it doesn't fall into us like. Anyways, so coming back to the topic, these three things, you for Udayam, okay. 2 is all, Arudam, and 3 is Khadde mein gaya, K, Kaviku. Okay. Now Udayam is basically the seed of it all. It's the Lagna. Everything revolves around the Udayam. Okay. Arudam is the reason behind it. And Kaviku is the crocodile which destroys it. Whatever. Okay. So these are the 3 characters. उसके बाद में we saw one character which is Manli, which we are going to be using very sparingly. उसको बाजू में रखो. And then the 2 main planets. One is the transit planet जो अंदर घूमते हैं clockwise, and दूसरा है JAMA planet जो बाहर घूमते हैं anti-clockwise. The timing का thing whatever. इतना भी ध्यान में आया ना तो ठीक है. Now what I need you to do is you need to download that Divya Chakshu which I have sent on the group. I think if I have not sent, I think I sent it to Shitra. Group पे नहीं डाला. I will send it on the group. There is an app called, I will send it on the group. Don't write. Divya Chakshu करके एक free app है. You download it, but it doesn't work on Apple. It will only work on your Android phone. तो उसके ऊपर वो download करो. Once you have done,
I have downloaded it
हाँ.
and I was just checking the options. उसमें ये JAMA Cool का option नहीं दिखा रहा था.
There are lots of options on it. I'll show you. It's a little complex, but समझ में नहीं आता. See, when it opens, it will open something like this screen. Okay. Now there is a full glare, so I don't know. Then you will see so many boxes.
Right.
Okay. Second thing, you will see so many boxes. तो ये जो बड़ा वाला है इसको क्लिक करने का. Then it will go to few more options. Then यहाँ पर इधर बीच वाला is Jamakul Prashnam, and it will go to some stupid ad. It will go to invariably, which will go on for 5 seconds. And then यहाँ पर top पे skip आता है, तो वो skip करना है. And then one fully comes. Fully is across again at that same point. You do that, and then this fellow opens up.
Okay.
Okay. Now the thing is,
But I think I chose the wrong option in the starting. I can go back and reach.
yeah. Now if you go back, it will again
What
go
is
back.
it?
There.
It's on the phone only.
हाँ, phone only.
What is its name?
मैं भेजता हूँ आपको दिव्या चक्षु करके. I don't know whether you can read it. Divya, DIVYA, Chakshu, CHAKSHU. वो Play Store में है. Now one more thing, एक ध्यान में लो. Just now when Shitra said, I realized when you do back ना, it will go to this screen, correct? Let us say you have done your calculation. अभी हो गया, चल मेरे को अभी कुछ नहीं, मैं बाद में जब देखूंगी तो you will go like this back. Now when you come back to this and you do this, that stupid ad will ad will come again. ये कोई तो भी some stupid ad goes on 5. So what you need to do is, once you've skipped it and gone here, okay, you are in this thing, and now let us say, okay, मेरा काम हो गया, मेरे को बाद में कभी भी देखने, तो I don't know what you do on your phone, but ये जब अपन करते हैं, तो it minimizes it, you know that? नहीं वो background में, if you see this, all those apps which are there in the background रहते हैं, वो मालूम है ना?
Yeah.
नहीं, Shikra is used to Apple, so maybe you're not used to it.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out.
Whoever using Apple, this thing will understand. But what happens is when you press this button over here, it's coming as a shine. All those apps which you have opened now come there. Then you can just click. Where is the thing? Then you just click on this, and it comes to that. But let us say you're done it at 10 in the morning. This will still be the 10 and the thing. So ये यहाँ पर now है. So here when you press now, brrr करके it will change to अभी का. So the main secret of it is don't go back, just minimize it. Minimize it.
So it remains open throughout the day
It's in the
in a
background.
minimal mode.
हाँ, अभी that software which I have bought, इसका भाई advanced version is a software which is a paid thing, which I have bought, which is running permanently on my screen. 1 minute, I'll show you here also. It's a little complex one.
So is it even on the laptop?
See, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, we can see it.
I'll annotate over so you'll understand. इसमें थोड़ा complicated है. इसमें क्या है ना, इतने सारे चीजें हैं ना, उसमें फटकर दिखता नहीं. ये काविपु इधर है, आरुदम यहाँ पर है, उदयम, that's what I told you, उदयम यहाँ पर है. But the good part is they give you this where it is exactly seated. You'll understand the problems later on when we start analyzing and you'll understand the shortcomings of that. So ये सब है. अभी यही चार्ट को यही चार्ट को मैंने remodel कर दिया in Photoshop, and what you see on the group, now you go and see the charts which I've sent on the group which I've analyzed.
Okay.
I've changed the entire look and feel of it only. एक तो मेरे को dull green looks horrible, it looks very sad, तो वो मैंने निकाल के white कर दिया. Okay, then I've given the right hand side, if you see मैंने पोटली का ही नाम दिया, so वो ये उधर ऊपर करके then I've given 4 colors which are nomenclature. So that greenish thing is the Udayam, the blue one is the Arudam, the red is the Kavipu, and the purple one are the Karak planets or Karak bhavs. So uska bhi nomenclature. So I made a complete document which I'll teach you as we go along. So this is not part of Jamakul. This is my way of making. As you know, I always put it in a template and make it simple. So that cut. So to compose that thing takes me around 5 minutes or 7 minutes, or if I'm doing time pass karke 10 minutes. But I feel that is like it is connecting to me, so you know I'm enjoying that process. नहीं तो क्या ऐसा cut करके you can start talking. But what I feel is cut करके if you start talking, you don't see many points. When you're actually making it over there, no, you're putting your soul into it. So वो जरा it starts talking to you. And believe me, like I have told from day one in that main group, the main astrology group, that why are you only seeing yes and no? Why are you not seeing this? So they say no. You see only yes and no. आगे मत देखो. So none of them did. I did a lot of donkey work, and today there are so many things which crop up, which can go much beyond the yes and no. So that is what I will share with you as we go along. Do you all have any questions over here? Or if you want to know anything more about Jamakul, then I will tell you any incidences or instances if you want to know.
So is this app also on the laptop?
This just now with the green one which I showed you is on the PC. वो mobile पे नहीं है. ये mobile पे है तो PC पे नहीं है. ऐसा उल्टा पुल्टा है.
हाँ तो दोनों लिंक भेजना है ना, तो कभी लैपटॉप पे है तो वो काम
नहीं,
कर
but
सकते
वो
हैं।
you have to buy that. That is some 6,000 rupees.
Okay,
Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Okay.
Because see, I'll tell you very frankly, if you are not going to do it professionally, then वो इतना वो जरूरत नहीं है.
Okay.
And frankly speaking, if you ask me, it is not worth 6,000 rupees. It is just a one page का app. They could have very well sold it for 1,000 or 1,500 rupees, but ठीक है, whatever it is. This app will help you. The only difference between this and this is that यहाँ पर ऊपर नीचे swipe करना पड़ता है. But the method which I used to do before I bought this thing, I will share with you. उसका थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ता है, but then you get the picture. You will have to draw it only. In fact, I had almost given an order for the rubber stamp, you know, like how we had done the rubber stamp for the North Indian. The South Indian का भी rubber stamp है. Let me pause the recording. There's no recording.